Hello guys, and welcome back to Blueprints. Episode number 11 we are meanwhile. Yesterday I recorded episode 10 and that turned out to be a very long one. So starting 11, we have done 10 episodes now, so that's probably a good idea to have a bit of an overview what is going on, where are we, because a lot of stuff happened in the last couple of episodes. The main thing, of course, we reached room 46 2 times already. One time with end credits where we couldn't go in, and then the next day we got it again. We even filled up the grid except for one square which had a security door which we could not open. We had no power, we had no key card. Which was unfortunate, because drop a room in each open slot in your house, the full house trophy. We almost had it, except for that one square which had a security door. These trophies showed up after we reached room 46, the first day, where we got, reaching room 46, our first of 16 trophies. We definitely need to get some parlors in the house, some darts board, because we need to do 40 of them. We have 11 parlors and 7 dartboard billiard rooms at the moment. Let's go outside to drop the room. These vases here we need to break. We figured that one out with finding the second password for the computer. And we saw our great uncle walking with a vase into the entry hall in one of the cutscenes that we could view in the HSS, the Home Surveillance Security. That's the other password, Swangsong HSS. Password number 2, you can see cutscenes. You can see the intro cutscene of the game, you can see the first time you enter the security, and you can also see in one of the other years, you could see some cutscenes. Your mom, something in the library, so something's going on in the library. The other one was your mom in the security showing you a map of some sort. And then the third cutscene was your great uncle walking with a vase in the Great Hall. So they can probably be broken, but then we need to make the power hammer. That's one of our goals. We need to get the power hammer again. There are also a few other rooms where we saw a wall that can be broken. Secret garden, weight room. What was the other one? Greenhouse. There are also stuff going on with something we need to find that probably craft in the workshop. We have so far we made the detective shovel, which is a metal detector with a shovel together, and we made the power hammer with the broken lever, the battery pack, and the sledgehammer. That makes the power hammer, and we could open the door downstairs. That's how we opened that whole underground section. Room wise, let's have a look. At some point we got the armory, and that also gave us the axe for 32 coins. And then you could axe one of the floor plans. So we axed the rotunda, which normally has a cost of 3 gems. We axed it now, from now on it will be free. And then one of the other days we got the armory again, and the axe was there again. And then we axed the cloister, which is also a 3 gem room. And now the last time we had the attic over here, which has 8 items. This thing also costs 3 gems. So if we can get the armory and we can get the axe again, then we can axe this room. Then this will also be free for the future. Number 1, we sort of figured out that needs to be the foundation. We opened with the basement key downstairs. We opened the door. There needs to be an elevator which goes to the foundation. The foundation needs to be in your house, but we have not seen it. It has not been offered to me at all. But we have read somewhere that there is a foundation elevator, so that's gotta be the foundation, which would make sense that is the first room, because every house you start with a foundation before you start building the house. That would make sense. Not sure what 7 and 8 is. 8 is probably room 8, because we know there is a trophy to solve a puzzle in room 8. So we're still missing 3 of these. Let me have a look. Do we have any upgrades here? Yes, we have upgraded. We found 4 or 5 upgrades this meanwhile. We know there are 16. So there are still a bunch of upgrade discs. The other day I got one offered in the commissary, so that's also one way of getting it. But it was costing 15 coins and we didn't have 15 coins. So we need to check the commissary whenever it offers that upgrade disc again. So you can get one from there. We found one when we opened the basement door downstairs. There was one there, so that's let's say the foundation one. We found one in the trunk of the garage, we found one in the morning room, and then we found one somewhere in the tomb as well, I think. So I think we got 5 upgrade discs so far, but we will see. We can see what we did here. The closet we upgraded, there were a few options. We upgraded to the bedroom closet. Yesterday, for instance, we used it on day, I don't know what day we are. Yeah, the next day we were, I think day 13. I think we're day 14 today. If you adjoin it to a bedroom, that means it needs to connect to a bedroom. So yeah, the only way to do that is if you, for instance, in your corner here, you put a bedroom or a boudoir, which is an L shape, and then you connect that bedroom closet to it. Then we are getting 4 items from it. But the other option, you get like 0 items. Unless you connected it to a red room, then you can get 4 items. But that was not that interesting. The fact that you have to connect it to a red room, the red rooms are not that great. And then the first option, I don't remember, I think it was to a hallway or something. Which is also not great, because the hallway are usually good to move on in the house. And then if you're gonna have to put a dead end next to it. And that only was, I think, only 1 item, plus 2. So this was the best option to get 4 items. Although joining it to a bedroom is a bit tricky. Yeah, you can basically only connect it to the boudoir or to the normal bedroom, because those are the only L shapes in the bedrooms. All the rest are dead ends, I think. Maid chamber potentially, because that's also a bedroom. So yeah, we need to figure out, we think this is foundation, we think this is room 8. We don't know what the room 7 is, no idea. The nook, we updated the other day. We made it a breakfast nook, so if we find the nook, we can get bacon and eggs, which is 10 steps extra, and it will add the morning room to the house that day, and that means we will get 2 gems today, and then also tomorrow when we start we will get 2 gems extra. Music room, if you dropped it very late, is one of the signals you can solve. So yeah, we are missing 4 rooms in this area here. We saw things like the drafting studio come by a few times. That's something we still need to get. Here we have the architect rooms. That's what that's called. We're still missing one of those. They have an effect either on the room itself or on something what happens that day. The library, for instance, has the architect that you will find less common rooms. So you're going to find rare and unusual rooms drafting from the library. The study gives you the option to re-roll with gems. The chamber gives you the option to copy floor plans for the permanent future. You can copy 2 floor plans if you can get to the upstairs. That means that you have to go in from 3 different sides. Then you can get to all the corners. So that is the architectural feature, let's say. The pool adds the locker room, the sauna and the pump room to the pool. What the mirror also does is the day itself that you drop the mirror, all your floor plans will be doubled. So you will be able to get 2 securities, 2 workshops, whatever. And then we have the gear rooms, of which we are still missing one. Yeah, they also have an influence. The laboratory, you can run experiments. The workshop, you can craft things. Security, you can mess with the keycard system. utility closet, you can mess with the breaker box and put up the power or on. The boiler room gives you power to the rooms which are connected to it. And there are several power guiding rooms, like the passageway or the weight room or gymnasium as well, I think, or chapel, one of those T-shapes, which gives you options to make a whole chain of power rooms. As long as you have a power room in the next one, you can make a whole chain. That's how we got the boiler room to the laboratory. They were not connected. We had some security is also a power guiding room, so you can go laboratory, security, weight room, archives, and then boiler room. Then they are also connected with a few rooms in between. So there are definitely some options there. Boiler room we used the last time. We adjusted the puzzle, connect to the red box, and that let us open the red door downstairs. So that is also done, the red door. And then yeah, we are missing a few more. I'm not even sure, so we're gonna have to look for that, see if we can find those. Bedrooms. We're missing 3. We know we have the master bedroom, can only be dropped in the east. Ladies' chamber can only be dropped in the west. And only, we read somewhere, it can only be drafted from the north to the south. So you have to go up and then come down again. It's the only way to get the ladies' chamber. And only in the west wing, in the left column. The master room, and then there is another one, which I don't know actually what that is. Okay. Hallway, we know what we're missing. We're missing the foyer. We saw it once or twice, but I think it's 2 or 3 gems, so we did not have enough gems. What the foyer does is it opens all the other hallways. It unlocks the doors. So yeah, that's not a problem in the corridor, because the corridor is always unlocked. But it mainly has the effect on the Great Hall with its 7 locked doors. If you can get foyer followed by a Great Hall, then all those doors are unlocked. And Great Hall, as we know, is one of the ways of getting in the antechamber, so quite interesting. Oh, I forgot my upgrades. Yeah, boudoir is also upgraded. We have 2 rolling dice in there now. And the nursery we upgraded to a green room. If we can get this thing early in the house, and every time we drop the green room, it will sprout 2 gems here. That could be something we will look for today. And I will explain you later why. Green room, the courtyard we upgraded. The courtyard cost us 1 gem, but we upgraded that it gives us 2 gems. So it's basically, if we drop the courtyard, it's +1 gem every time. It costs you a gem to draft it, but then we get 2 back. So we always have a net positive of 1. And that's why the nursery is interesting today, because we still have the blessing of the gardener from the shrine for another 2 days. And that means that we have 8 courtyards in the house today. So we can definitely use those. The cloister we axed, which is a very good room now. Instead of 3 gems, it doesn't cost us anything. We axed it, so it's free. Veranda, not so great. Well, the greenhouse, at the moment it's a dead end, but if we can break that wall here on the left, we will make it an L shape. Morning room, if we get the breakfast nook, we will get the morning room in the house. Secret garden, also a way to get in the antechamber. And it also has a wall that can be broken. So that's another room we need to look for if we have the power hammer. But this is not something you just get, you need to find the key. You can get the key from the locksmith if you buy the special key. You can find it sometimes in the trunk of the car, in the garage. The attic is also an option to find it. And then there's another one, I think. Oh yeah, the billiard room. If you're really lucky, you can get special keys there as well. Usually we just get 2 keys, but sometimes you can get a special key. Shops, we're still missing 2. At the moment, from the chessboard, we are running the power of the knight, which added the armory to the floor plans. That's why we run that. That's another thing we need to do, get the chessboard back in the house, trying to get the 6 rooms with a different chess piece in the house. And then we can do that board again, and then we can choose Power of the King, which let us choose a color. That could be interesting. For instance, I'm thinking if you're on an orange day, you're gonna get the foyer, you're gonna get the Great Hall, you have pretty much guaranteed access to the antechamber. So yeah, we definitely want to get that Power of the King. The red rooms, yeah, one of these days that we played, we had a red room day, and we found them all. So we know what those all do. They all have some sort of negative effect. We're still missing a category, but the drafting studio told us the other day that if you draft that room, you can add floor plans. So I think these are the drafting studio additions, and that probably will be 8 rooms as well. Found floor plans, more than likely there will also be 8, everything is 8 in this game. We found the planetarium, that is hidden inside the telescope. Mechanarium we found somewhere down ground. And the Mechanarium has one door for each gear room in your house. So there are 6 gear rooms, which means that this place, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 in the corner, this thing can have 8 rooms. Room 46, we found that note the other day. It's hidden behind the last door of 8. So I think there is a sanctum key in the Mechanarium. But then we need to have all the gear rooms in the house before we drop the Mechanarium. And then this room will have 8 doors, and then one of those doors will have a sanctum key. Treasure trove we also found after opening the red door downstairs. That's where we found that plant. We have not dropped it, but every time you dropped it, you get 5 coins. So if you drop this thing 10 times, then there will be 50 coins every day, every time you drop that. Conservatory we used several times already. You can adjust the rarity of floor plans. So you could, for instance, make these gear rooms common if they show up there, which means we'll get them more, and then we can get 6 of the gear rooms. And so yeah, we have to do some strategical stuff. The lost and found we dug up somewhere down below. We found a map, and number 10 on that map in the legenda was buried floor plan. So we went to that place and we had a shovel, and so we dug it up. It's a lost and found. There will be 2 rare items in this place, but you need to be a bit careful, because if you go in with whatever you have with you, you will lose an item as well, and that's completely random. So you might have a really good item, you go into that room, you might lose it. And the closed exhibit we drafted the other day, because we had the security doors up, because this room only has security doors. There is a red papered crown, which somehow or another we can steal, I think. We haven't figured out how to do that yet, but... And then the outer rooms, we took the shrine the other day, and I think that was the last one. Yep. So we know what the outer rooms do. Toolshed gives us 2 items. The shelter protects us from red rooms, and using the Blackbridge connection, we can actually... if we have shelter outside, we can go to the computer and immediately connect to the laboratory to run an experiment, or the security to put up the security doors. Schoolhouse at some point we have to do again, because it adds 8 classrooms to the day. So there are 8 grades. We did it once, but we only got into 1 grade. This might also be, the classroom might also be an interesting one to axe, because they all cost a gem, which means they would be, you don't need any gems to drop classrooms if we can do that, but we'll see. Root cellar gives us dig spots all over the place, not only in that room but also in the house. Way more chances of getting dig spots. You find dig spots in the commissary and all over the place, in the chapel. The hovel we tried once, but that's not as interesting as it looks. You don't need to use gems to drop rooms, but you need steps. But it says steps for a gem, but it's not 1 to 1, it's 3 to 1. So if a room costs 2 gems, you're gonna have to pay 6 steps, and by the higher up you go in the house, you run out of steps. So the hovel is a bit of a... The hovel could be interesting if you had the sauna in the day before, because then you start with 90 steps. Then you could potentially choose the hovel. The trading post, we solved the puzzle there, which gives us a bit more allowance. We have figured out that we can trade the microchips. So we can always use those. And then the tomb, obviously, we moved the minecart, but we need to get the tomb again at some point. And then we need to get the reservoir, we need to get a pump room in the house. So we need a swimming pool in the house so we can get the pump room. Swimming pool will give us the 3 rooms in the house that day. One of them is the pump room. So if we can get pool, pump room, we lower, we know what the levels are, 13, 6 and 0. There are 3 different levels which apparently play a role. So we at some point we're gonna have to put it on 13, bring the boat across, and then we need to get it to 6, see what that does. We need to get it to 0, see what that does. So yeah, that's something what we're gonna use that for. And that's sort of where we are with our rooms and puzzle-wise. We are working on the sigils. And I have done it again, right, didn't I? Let me see if I can bring it up. Okay. Let's just type screen. Ah, there we go. So what we got from screenshots at the moment, we have the borders of the sigils. We know if we know the color from the country or from the realm, then we can do that. This, for instance, was Fen Aries. The pentagram is, we knew it was red. And this was an example in that book that we found underground. Well, pieces of book, because there were pages ripped off and things like that, but we could read something. And this was given as an example to explain what all these things do. So the middle is the core. That mainly has to do with finding the color of that thing. The classrooms helped us there to give us some colors. Then the inside little figurines things, those are the modes, and the modes are representing the society of that country. That could be industrial, poetic, martial, tribal. There are 8, of course, 8 different ones. And then the race, or the lines over here, they represent the weather. That's why this solution was the same as the black one, because it's the same area. Orinda and Fen Aries is the same area. First it was black, called Orinda, and then there was a 22-year-old war, and then it turned into Fen Aries, which was red. So obviously this solution and the black one, which are the 2 sigils that we already solved, they had the same lines because it's the same area, it's the same weather over here. And I say over here because it is where we are at the moment. And then the border, we know it's red, and red was these little stripes. What we haven't figured out is, like in this case, we have 8 modes and 4 race. Why does it have to be 8-4? That's something we don't know. We just got the solution for this one. And then downstairs, somewhere in the tomb, we found this thing. So this was a solution for black. The same race, because it's the same area as the red area. It used to be black, and now it turned into red. Bit of a dictating. Red is the color here. Everything needs to be red. Otherwise the red card will get you or something. So again, why does this need to be 3-5? We don't know. We just got the solution. We did not get the border here, but we knew from the elevator that this thing is black. So we know the border is black, which means we also knew what the border was. And that means that downstairs, these 2 have been finished. Black and red are gone. From the postcards, we also know that our great uncle was going on a trip in those 8 countries or 8 realms. He started in black, and he obviously finishes in red, because when he started it was still Orinda, it was black, and when he arrived 8 months later it was red. So he basically started somewhere in the middle of the war. At the end of the war he started, because it was red when he started. He did 8 countries in 8 months, so he was on an 8-month trip. And in black, he told us that he started his journey and that he went south. So we know he goes to south, which is a Raja. We know it is violet. Now let me check my papers. I think we know where the Raja is. Yeah, it's the hourglass. So it's an hourglass symbol. We know that it's violet. We know it's called the Raja. But we have no more information about it. So if we open another of these sanctum doors and we find the hourglass, the cores are on the ground. So you can, if you have a lot of information about a certain realm, then you can open that door, right? Try to solve it. And we can also, what we meanwhile figured out is that we can find a lot of information on the stamps of the letters. Letters that you find all over the place, but also in the mailroom you have letters. You have the postcards in the sanctuarium itself, where you can find stamps on the postcards. And then if we have a magnifying glass, we can look and see what's going on. So for instance, we found one stamp which I think it said nuance, but we couldn't read it. We didn't have a magnifying glass, but it looked like it said nuance. Well, I'm not sure. What we did know is there was a blimp on it, an air balloon, and it was green. It was a green stamp. So one of these things is green. And when it comes to colors, we know that the hourglass is violet, the V shape is orange. The mountain is yellow. We know what the mountain is. The mountain is Arch Aries. Then the pentagram is red, which was the Fen Aries. We know that. And then this thing is black, which is Orinda. We know that as well. Black and red are done, basically. So we need to find more information, what the weather is like in Raja, and what their society is. What are they doing there? But we need to find a complete book so that we get more information about this. Because what we, for instance, do not know why this needs to be 3 rays and 5 modes, and then the other one was 8 modes and 4 rays, I think. So there's got to be something which tells us how many of these lines we need, or how many of these figures we need, because you can change that. You can turn around with that wheel and you could make it 5 modes, or you can make it 8 or 4. It's always 8. It's like 3, 5, 4, 4, 2, 6, whatever. But we don't know why. So yeah, that's sort of the roundup of where we are. We still have Blessing of the Gardener for 2 days. That's one of the shrine blessings, and that means that we have 8 courtyards in the house for another 2 days. So that will be today, day 14, and tomorrow, day 15. Okay, that was a bit of a introduction, but that gives you an idea of what's going on after 10 episodes. So we're looking for a power hammer, we're looking for the pump room. We want to get our chess pieces rooms in the house, and we need an outside room. We have 2 options here, the way I see it. We can do the tool shed and hope that we get the sledgehammer, or we can do the trading post and use the 2 microships that we have. I have one with me, and then the other one is in the grotto. We can trade those and see if we can get a sledgehammer. I don't know. The tool shed just has 2 items. The trading post still has that stick of dynamite as well, which we can more than likely blow up. There's a lot of stuff going on with candles. That's another one of our goals. We need to find something or craft something which can light candles. We have several candles all over the place, especially in the tomb. So if we find that item, it might not be a good idea, not bad idea to code check it. And then next time, whenever we get the tomb, we can go downstairs and light some candles there. Also in the chapel, there are these brown candles we can more than likely light. We have this thing in the trading post. We have in the tunnel, we can more than likely light the torches. So yeah, that's also a goal. So I think I'm gonna go for trading post. See what we can get. Because we have this thing here. It's a bit too hot to handle or something, it says when you click on it. There was also a more a J-box puzzle here which we solved. Yeah, meanwhile we solved a few. We have 12 allowance meanwhile, which I haven't picked up yet, but... So we can trade this microchip. There we go, sledgehammer. Cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the grotto and pick up the other microchip and see what we can get for that one. We now know where these things go. At some point we didn't, but there is a door here. It requires 3 microchips. We only have 2. We have no idea where the third one is. And one day we found out. Yeah, we dug up that microchip on that bridge and we picked it up. And we had trading posts. That's sort of how we figured out that you can trade these microchips. So as long as we don't have that third one, we can use them in something like the trading post to actually get something for it. A compass, and you can also keep trading. So if you're not happy with this, you can say like, fine, give me the compass, and then click on compass and see if you can get something else for it. So let's keep trading this one. Give me the compass again. It seems to be rotational. Coupon book and compass seems to be the only thing we get. Okay. In that case, we'll take the compass. Compass gives us more chances to get doors to the north. We still have 8 courtyards. Those are T-shapes. They cost a gem, but we get 2 gems back, so we're gaining gems. We can get the nursery in the house pretty early. So yeah, we have 12 allowance meanwhile, as I just said, so let's pick it up. We can get a few more coins, and we get the commissary, and they are still selling the upgrade disc. Then we obviously need to get a computer in the house. So yeah, we have a lot of goals going at the same time. More information about the signals we need as well. Okay, let's do this. Magnifying glass. That's another thing we needed, if I remember for what. Yeah, that can be used on things like this. You can see what is on here, but this is sort of... This gives us the rules of the darts board, we knew that, and this gives us a bit more explanation about the antechamber, which things we have already found. So this is not something we need anymore. We'll have breakfast. Bacon and eggs gives us 10 steps, and it will also add the morning room. That is also a rook room, so that's our first chess piece in the house. Now we want something that goes right, preferably. The pantry is not a bad choice. That's more steps. It always has food. Piece of fruit. If we can get the commissary now, we have enough to buy that upgrade disc if they're selling it today. Also here, right? We have the word bridge in italic. On the other note that I just picked up there in the nook, you have the words beside, I think, in italic. That's how we found the microchip. We found a few of these notes where there were a couple of words in italic. And we had west, bridge, beside, and then buried from the patio. So we knew there was something buried besides the bridge in the west. That's how we find that microchip. Here we would like to have something chapel-esque. We can also try to get the trophy again. Because with our 8 courtyards in the house, that's a lot of potential T-shapes. It's probably our best shot to get the trophy. So yeah, I am going to go for a chapel. What I would like to see now, let's see. I always check these tables. Sometimes there are coins or a gem or something. There we go. Get our coins back. Yeah, like these candles can be lit as well. We take the brown candles because we all found more of these brown candles around. In the tomb there are a bunch. So we think we can light these as well. Probably we'll move the altar or some bullshit. A nursery here would not be bad. Or the mail room. That's a dead end out of the way. Yeah, we'll do that. A package will be ordered. Please return all correspondence and packages addressed to Danny Rivane, to sender as he is no longer employed. Now we found a note in the garage that he was involved in that moonshine business, and I think he got fired because of it. He used to be the groundskeeper, but he has now been replaced by what's his name, Robert Angula or something. Is the new and there's something else written here. Did they ever prove he was the one that stole the Baron's mail? Oh, was he the blackmailer? That's also possible. That he's in charge of blackmailing with the red letters? This is the VAC indicators. You need to make them all green. Once you have them all green, you can make blue. And if you put a red next to a blue and then you click the blue, then you can make purple, I think. So it's always blue, purple, blue, blue with red, make a purple. And once you have 5 purples, the rest is in the electronic mail. We found that first, actually. These things we kind of figured out ourselves, how it worked. We knew how to make blue and purple. And then the rest of the instructions is in the office computer, where it tells you that after purple you can get 1 white. And then there is another mail which gives you the full sequence, which is I think off, blue, green, white, purple, red. I think you need to make something like that. That gave us Gemstone Cave. So yeah, this is a bit too late because we figured that one out ourselves. So the next time we drop this thing, there will be a yeah, like here, what you can do is this. In fog we are lost, in fire we are found. So this is this is red, and it shows you the pentagram shape. So that tells you that the red Van Aries area is it's red, and in fog we are lost. So fog is the weather. So I think we need to get to more of these letters with a magnifying glass, because these things are going to tell us about the colors and the weather and so, I think. Because we solved red, we solved black. So we need to get more mails in here, more letters. Yeah, this is the letter from our father, right? Yeah. Get some sleep each night and don't spend all your time each day playing the Digi blocks. So the Digi block is, I think it's something that they didn't had finished in time. The computer in the security tells us that the Digi block games, which is in the commissary, can be played, and in the Mount Holly gift shop you can buy a copy of the game. So potentially you could be playing it, but then the security computer tells us that it will be added in a future patch. We are meanwhile year later and it's still not in. So either that still needs to come, or that was something which was not ready and they never brought it in. But yeah, it was a good place to put a dead end, so. Well, let's do morning room. We could do an observatory as well. 2 rolling dice. It should also have 2 gems. There we go. And we will have 2 extra gems tomorrow. So we start tomorrow with 4. 2 from this room and 2 from the gemstone cavern. Because this is a so-called tomorrow room. It also has an effect on tomorrow. As you can see. 2 gems now, plus 2 when you start tomorrow. Let's see what we get here. Security. Probably not a bad idea. It's definitely not a bad idea. No, we gotta take that. We are going to take that. No extra items. We have most of the information here. Yeah, this is the password. With the magnifying glass you can read it. So we know the password is Swangsong. From the picture in the attic we also figured out, if you check these 11 in the middle here, the 8 small ones and the 3 big ones, you can make another. If you just take the first letter of every room which you see on that thing, you get SWANSONG, Swansong, and then the bottom one is hallway security showroom, so it's HSS. So Swangsong HSS is the second password. And also here we know blue memos are true, red memos are lie, unless written by hand. So the red letters, if they're handwritten, they are true. In all other cases, they are not true. What I'm going to do here is get the security system going. And a few other things. Let's have the estate inventory. Nothing missed this time. Okay. So the key card system, I am going to put it on high, and we are going to unlock it, and then we're going to go back down and see if we can find the power. It's a bit of a gamble, but that basically shut down the whole security system. If we find the key card, we have to come back and lock the rooms again. Then we don't need the power. But if we go back from entrance hall, we can get in the corner utility or something, which very often shows up in the bottom. If we get the utility, then we can put up the power. At the moment it's still operational because we haven't shut down the power yet. If we can't find the utility in the bottom, then we're gonna have to come back here and put the security level on low. Low chance of getting the doors. I could potentially go to the left and drop the room here and see if we can get to entrance hall this way. Where are our courtyards? Well, not here. Laundry, that seems to be. Laboratory. I don't need the lab. Of course not, I don't need the lab. I don't need the lab because what we can do here, because we can use the Blackbridge connection. If we log in, We can go to the lab and run an experiment so that I don't need a lab in my house. We can use the remote terminal access. Because we have the Black Bridge Grotto, we can connect to one offline terminal. And that means we can go to the laboratory. Yes. And then go to that terminal through the system and run a experiment of some sort. There we go. Laboratory, experiment. Let's see what we can get today. The next 3 times you open a locked trunk. We do have a sledgehammer, so that might be an option. And we still have 8 courtyards in the house. They very often have a trunk, so that might be a good one to do today. When you drop the hallway from another hallway. Not so great. Whenever you drop the shop room, nah. The next 3 times you open a locked trunk. Let's do that one. Set your steps to 40. Yeah, that could be very good if you have low on steps. A letter will be delivered to the mailroom. Let's do that. Especially seeing we have the mailroom. I'm assuming it will be the next time you drop the mailroom, but still. Let's get the letters in the house. So this is another way of getting extra letters, extra stamps, which gives us more information about the signals. So yeah, and then keep doing that until, I don't know, until we have 10, 15, 20 level, whatever letters there are. I will do this. Let's have a look. Nothing on the tables. Nope. Nope. Okay. The wind-up key might also be something you could potentially go to the trading post with. Yeah, all items you find, I think you can trade, so. Gems are in both the black box and the white box. That's definitely a lie, because the gems are only in one of the boxes. That is definitely a lie. Gems are in both the blue box and the black box. That's definitely a lie. So these are 2 lying, so this one needs to be true. Gems are not in the white box or the blue box, so which means they are in black. Sometimes they are simple. One time they fooled us though. We looked at it from 2 different aspects. There were 2 options in our case, which is of course probably not the case, so we misinterpreted one of them. And we gambled wrong as well. We took the wrong one. The gallery is a puzzle, which we haven't solved yet. Also a room we haven't seen yet, I think. Okay, we have to do that, huh? We haven't seen that room. Okay, there are some letters. Letters there, okay. So these letters are connected to this. Tick. What's this? Spotlight? Spotlight is on the word tick. Acrylic oil on canvas, collection of Mount Holly. Christopher Manson. DS. Oh, that's what we have on here. Oh yeah, okay, that's the name of the picture, I guess. probably gonna be too easy, but you never know. Well, it's not thick. Think? Do we have to think about it? Why would it be think? Because the K is tin. Think K. All the rest is bold. This one is tin. Okay, this thing moved down, so I'm assuming that's true. Is that how we need to do it? Think. Think because it's a tin K. And what's all the other things on that screen? Nothing. Ignore. So just focus on the middle. Okay. What is this? P. P. Pondred. We have the letter P, which is on everything red, because we know that is from the red prints. This thing, that car is red, the stop sign is red, the fire hydrant is red, the apple is red, everything is red. So P is on red. That doesn't mean a thing. P on red, that's pon red. Doesn't mean damn thing. We can get P. Can we get P on? We can, apparently. P on the red. No idea what that means though. We can't get an R here. What's that? A C? A? E? Ponted. Ponter. Porter. Ponter. Poster. It's not poster. No, this needs to be pond because the P is on the red things. Pontor. But it's mirrored. Okay. Red mirrored. R-A-D. Ponder. To ponder is also to think, isn't it? Or something related to thinking. P on red. So the red is reversed because the red things are mirrored. Okay, so that's true. We got 2 gems. And then D, we need to solve these 2 to get this thing. Actual objective. Ice. What's this? Very? The actual objective is over there. What's that? The sun? Sun. Very sun? Is that a word? Oh, maybe. Maybe. Can't get an S. We can get an S here, but E, Z. H, what we can get here. E. Variety. Variety. That's written like this? Variety. Variety. Well, either way, it's not written. Very genu. What's this? Actual objective. But with the other pictures, we had to look at the middle of the picture and ignore everything else. Middle of the picture is very. What are the eyes doing? Her eyes. We don't have a Y here, so we can't. Do we even have an E here? We do have an E here. But we don't have a Y here. Pretty eyes. We have an A here. Ace. Ease. Ice. Eyes written like this. The eyes. Yeah, that's double E here. What's this? Genuise. Genu. Okay, we make genu. We can't make genu. We can get an E here though. We can get a G there. Genuise. To genuise. Is that a verb? H. Or A. Stepwise. Also an A. Semawise. Yeah, I can see eyes written like that. There are eyes on there. So it's gotta be something eyes. But what is it? Why do we have Genever? Is that what's in the bottle? We don't have a G on the beginning, do we? S-E. What do we have here? Ties. Subties, secties. A-ties. E-ties. Reties. Re-rise. Redice. Realize. Realize. Real eyes. Okay. That's all I say about that. Play with letters until you find the words. Yeah, I can see there are real eyes on there. But the genu, the actual objective, which is the sun, we have genu, we have viri, it doesn't all mean a thing. To realize, to ponder, to think. So it's all about thinking. Yeah. Thinking far ahead, I guess. So eyes, this is I. Eyes, eyes. Written completely different. It's the same as with the gates and the gate. This makes sense. The P is on everything which is red, so P on red, but the red is mirrored. So you mirror the word red. Instead of RED, you make it DER. Otherwise, the other way around. Which really, that makes sense. There's a thin K, you have to think about it, think. You can make a logic of it. Here, realize, yeah, there are real eyes on the picture, but there's also another bunch of stuff on the picture which is completely ignored. This is just, I don't know. And what is this? 8 letters. Yeah, 8. Yeah, 8. 8. But it's not gonna be 8. It's gonna be 8. 8. Also an A here. A, E, I, O, U, a lot of vowels here. T, A, G, L, N, R. No, we still have 4 letters to come. T, A, we have an A or an E or an I or an O. Very vowel heavy here. D T A T E sort of the same bullshit like there, isn't it? Ice, we can see ice. 8, we can see an 8. And what is that? That's another puzzle of some sort. That's a door. That's a room. Eight is in the room. 8 is in the room. Great. I rate, I sate, I jate, I late, I nate. In. What is it in the 8? Pins, spike. Pin in the 8? Top, off, this is not, no. Oh, pin up. Hey. Hassinate, destinate, macinate, natinate, racinate. What could we do here? Raminate, ruminate, It's not a ruminate, it's room. Oh, it's the room with a U? But the room is not in 8, the 8 is in the room. I don't know. The room is in 8. No, the 8 is in the room. It's infinitive symbol. No. We solved it somehow, but none of it makes sense to me. A bunch of shit in this picture which we don't even use. We just use real eyes. We can see there are eyes on there, and then eyes needs to be written like that. Knowing that, then we knew that the 8 would not be 8, but it's written like this. This is 8. But the 8 is in the room, and it's room in the 8. Is that room 8? I don't know. It's we clicked on some letters and the puzzle's open, and we get the 8 key, of course. What does that thing do? Presumably we will unlock room 8. Right. So that opens a door in rank 8, because we know from the From the trophy piece of paper in the entry hall, one of the trophies is solve the puzzle in room 8 in rank 8. So that key probably only works in rank 8. And that will probably be room 8. Which means that that is our puzzle. That seems to be another one which is weird. Yeah, I'm not sure. A lot of the puzzles in this game make sense, this one not so much. These two I can get behind. A tin K, we have to think about it, it's a tin K. Right. The P is on the red, but the red is mirrored, so it's not, it's der. It's not red, it's der, so it's to ponder, which is also to think. And then here, you just pretty much put it what you see. You see real eyes, so you realize, but then the genu and the very is not used, the actual objective, which is the sun, is not used. So this is just, yeah, gamble with letters, basically. And then if you know that you have to write eyes like that, then you know you just don't write 8, you sound like 8, this is 8, A-T-E at the end. But the 8 is in the room and not the room in the 8, so I don't know. Okay. We need to go back because we're gonna run into some security doors at some point. We need to get the power in the house somewhere down below, preferably. We have 20 coins meanwhile though, that's good. If I can get the commissary somewhere, we can buy that upgrade disc if they're still selling it. They were selling it yesterday, we didn't have enough coins for it. Let's first see what we get here. Yeah, like from this page here, we know that the trophy 8 is solve the puzzle in room 8 on rank 8. And that key that we just found opens room 8, so it's gotta be on rank 8. The key will probably, it's sort of like a secret garden, only works on the edge. The room 8 will only work in rank 8 probably. We're pretty good on gems. We'll take the den. That gives us the option to drop a dead end of whatever sort here. Because we don't need to go there, we can get there from the den. So yeah, whatever dead end here. Bedroom, closet, showroom. Yeah, the showroom, the minimum you can buy there is 30 coins, so that's a bit of a waste of a room. Corridor. We still have 8 courtyards in our house, we haven't seen one yet. We just do a closet, I guess. It's not attached to a bedroom, so we will not get 4 items, but it's a dead end out of the way. And we'll get 2 items at least. Key and a gem. Okay. Especially the keys, we know that. We ran out of keys the other day almost. We had to do a whole puzzle to make it work. And the den can also have a trunk, but of course we not see a trunk. Up and left, preferably. Here's our first courtyard. We will do that. It's costing a gem, but we get 2 gems back. It might have a trunk. It has dig spots. We don't have a shovel, but the shovel might be in there. So this is the first of our 8 courtyards. Yeah, let's do that. And hope that we get a shovel, which we don't. Okay, just 2 gems, no shovel, no trunk. Trunk is usually on that crate. So we need to get our hands on a shovel. And the same thing here, we need to figure out what this thing does. Another courtyard, up and left, perfect. Maybe this one has a shovel. No, metal detector. But also here we will gain in the process a gem in a way. Which gives us options to drop higher rooms. We still need to find a shovel though. I think I want something like a West Wing hall, which is one of the rooms that we duplicated in the mirror room, so we actually have two. If I can get a West Wing hall here, then we have two ways of getting to this. Then I can actually draft south. Maybe we can get Lady Chamber then. That would be nice. Okay, yeah, this is what we wanted. Which means we can draw a dead end in this corner. And we are gonna drop here southwards and see if we can get Lady Chamber here. That's an opportunity to get one. How are we doing on steps? Pretty okay. Storeroom will give us an extra key. Observatory will give us, I don't know. Let's do the observatory. Oh, how are we doing on these things? We have a knight, we have a nook, we have a pawn, we have a bishop. So we're looking for office and study for our chessboard puzzle. What are we? We are day 10 apparently. What is 10? We don't know. So 10 is going to be a combination of... Let's see. This is 3 steps, I think. Yep. And this one, I think is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the apples, I think. Delicious apples. Apples are worth 5 steps now instead of 2. Yeah, okay. So 10 is 7 plus 3. Oh, I didn't... We found the note yesterday in the planetarium, which sort of gave you every day from 1 to 25. I didn't take a screenshot of it. We'll see, we'll deal with it. We know 12 is dead ends. Draxus, we don't want to drop that whenever that shows up. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to go to the West Wing Hall and draft southwards. We're looking for either the Ladies' Chamber. If we don't get it, a dead end. Power would also be nice slightly. Nursery might also not be a bad idea. The nursery will sprout 2 gems if we drop more green rooms. We know there are another 6 courtyards in our drop pool today. Or we do just guest bedroom, get 10 steps, and there is sometimes an item as well. Nursery usually, yeah, it's a gem sometimes, but other than that it doesn't have anything. We have 10 gems though. I might actually want to redraw because I want a better dead end here. Might sound very strange, but if I can get the power here, we have the system up. Or the Ladies' Chamber. We are drawing southwards, so we can get the Ladies' Chamber drawing south. It's pretty early to use your rolling dice, but I think I'm gonna do it. Storeroom. Storeroom is an extra key, and also another dead end out of the way. Then keep the other rolling dice for a higher up, might not be a bad idea actually. I can live with storeroom. It would also be a nice room to duplicate in the mirror room. Then you always have an extra key. Keys are a bit of the problem. Gems are not so much a problem because we have we got 2 from the morning room, and every courtyard will give us an extra 1 as well. And we know we have still 6 courtyards in the house. We also potentially have the cloister, which is free. Rotunda is free. We are 2 rooms that we axed. Other than that, we're filling up the grid again. But we are slightly gonna run into yeah, we also we have enough coins to buy the lunchbox as well in the Mount Holly gift shop. So So that's also another room we would like to see. Oh, there we go. Or the garage, which gives us 3 keys. Let's do the gift shop. I'm not gonna buy it yet though, because what it's gonna do is it's gonna add the lunchbox to the dining room. We can buy the lunchbox, and then you can pick it up. It's a permanent addition to the dining room, and then you can pick it up, which will give you what is it? Half the steps of a dinner. So it's 10 steps, or is it the maximum dinner? Then it's 15. It's 10 or 15 steps for reaching rank 5. So then you can have like a little bit of a lunch at rank 5, and then when you reach rank 8 you can come back to have your proper dinner. We also know from this box that Joya is the name of the chef. That's for one of the angel things. We're finding names of the angels, so at some point they might also be important. But I'm not gonna buy it yet, because if we can get commissary, we still have that upgrade disc. Here, something that goes left. Bedroom. Let's see if there is something in it. The car keys. That might be a chance to get the secret garden key. But then we need to drop the garage over here if we can get it. We have access to this square, we have access to this square, we have access to this square. The only thing we don't have is access from the left to the right. We have to go all the way around to get back to the gallery. Another courtyard. Sure. It's a T shape, it's another chance of getting a shovel. Oh. We still don't have a shovel when we run into our first security door. This was our experiment. I don't know what the consequence of this was. A letter has been... okay, letters to the mailroom. Okay. Letters to the mailroom. We need power. First locked door. The armory. The armory goes back down. That's not that interesting. Corridor is always unlocked. That sounds more like what we want. And then we can get past that gallery, then we don't have to go all the way back to the gallery to draw a room. Especially if we drop the cloister, which is free. Yeah, we have to do that, don't we? Workshop is also interesting though. Well, we need the broken lever and the battery pack. One of the two could be in there. There is always an item on the table. But the cloisters give us... yeah, we need to do cloister. Problem with the cloister is that also often has security doors. What steps do we have? 38. We need to be a bit careful with the steps. Because if we want to go to the security, we have to go all the way back. But still, it's still an interesting room though. We still have the rotunda as well, which is also a 4-door room, which is free. Because we also axed that one. I think we have to go for... yeah, there we go. There are security doors showing up all over the place. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. That's of course because we have put it on high and we have not run into the power yet. But it's not that bad, because now we don't have to run all around the house. We can go through the gallery immediately into security. So it's not as bad. Saves us a lot of steps. We want to go right here. Courtyard, another chance of getting a shovel. And it's not want to give us a shovel. Another letter to the mailroom. Yeah, if we ever find a shovel, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green rooms where we can dig. This would be a perfect time to get the bloody breaker box. The office, another courtyard. The office gives us a gem back. Green rooms do not cost to draw. Yeah, we have all the green rooms in the house. Office seems to be a better one. Okay, we get the key back as well. Is there anything we can do here? Yeah, we can spread coins all over the house, but we're good on coins for now. We're slightly running out of options though, because a lot of these doors are security. There goes our key. The drawing room seems to be a better option. We will get our gem back, or we have to go drawing room. There's also something, if the dining room ever shows up, we need to drop that in, because I don't know what that dining room is on. Standard, I think. That needs to go to common as well. We need to see that every day. The courtyard is going to be security doors again, more than likely. 1, 2, 3, 4. We still have 4 in the house. Man, we have enough gems, that's not a problem. Okay. Okay. Still no shovel. 5 courtyards in the house, none of them had a shovel. Well, at least we are delivering letters. 3 already, I think. Another one. Yeah, okay, we'll do another one. There is finally our shovel. Which seems to be a perfect time to dig all these courtyards. Some of them will have turnips, that's going to give us some steps. We'll also get a few of those, of course. $149. Okay, I guess we need the vault. Yeah, I am gonna go back though. We have too much dig spots. Kitchen will also be nice. We can buy food meanwhile. Okay, here's our first turnip. Dining room seems to be pretty good. The pool is also interesting. Well, we need to take the dining room because otherwise it doesn't show up anymore. We'll take care of that later. Okay, more steps. That's nice. We have another courtyard there and there. Okay, so we have to go to security. Gallery, parlor, security. No, we're losing steps, but as long as we find turnips, that's fine. I'm gonna check here. Morning room, okay. There's no dig spots here. That's another key. That's another key. And now we have two courtyards over here. What's the fastest way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have to go that way. We have to go that way because we can now buy the lunchbox. I don't know if it will go. There we go. We bought the lunchbox. That's permanently added to the dining. I don't know it will be in this dining room though. It might be that you have to redraw it, but we have another two courtyards. It's costing us steps here, but we found a few turnips here and there. It'd be nice if we find a few more. Or a key card would also be nice. Or a brick. Yeah. Okay, nothing of interest. I think we've done all the courtyards now. And now we need to get back. We have meanwhile a bunch of keys. So yeah, we'll go back and start doing the rooms that we can. That's not available. Security door. Security door. You can see where there the lunchbox is here. Okay. So we can pick this one up. Gain 10 steps. Okay, so we have that one at least. And we can draw it here. These two are security. I think I just want to drop here. See if we can surpass this. 23. Dark room, we don't have power. Armory, we don't have coins. Still gonna do it. That's what I thought. Security door. And that one. We don't know. So we got 3 security doors here. 1, 2, 3 security doors. But we had normal rooms here, right? So we might be able to surpass this one. Security door. Room 8. It's also rank 8, which means we have dining as well now. Let's first see what we can get here. Yeah, we had to use a key. We figured that one out. Locker room, study. The pool was also a security door, so we do have a bit of a problem though. 1, 2, 3, I think we have 4 security doors. I need to think about this one. We have 16 steps, but we can get in 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. We're in the dining room, that's an extra 20. I can't drop the study. I can't drop the study, although it is a queen room. Because if we drop the study, we know the rest are security doors. So I think I have to do commissary. And then hope that that is not a security door. But it probably will be. No, it's not. Okay. Why is it beeping? It's selling the upgrade disc. Gems, we have more than enough gems. We have decent on keys. So yeah, we're gonna have to buy that upgrade disc. That's fine. We have a computer in the house. We have security. We have to go down anyway to get dinner and then we can get to security. We also have the office. Oh, dining room, office also has a computer. And we can spread coins if we want more coins. Let's see what we get here. Kitchen. Kitchen, we don't have food to buy. I'm gonna use my redraw here. Pump room. We'll do pump room here. It's not a security door. We need power. We need power here. That would be perfect. Music room. Yeah, we're cooked. Huh? We can't. We have still 4 exits here, and they're all security doors. And there's nothing we can do to change it. Can't buy a key card in the kitchen. Yes, we can. We can do the music room. The major key can be the key card. It probably will not be, but it could be. No, it's a secret garden. Wonderful. which also means we have access to the room 46 in case we need it. That's all solved. Well, it's not solved, but we have the first 5 pages. We knew what it led to. We dug up the conservatory. Okay, now these shenanigans here. We have the pool in the house, so we can drain the pool. We know we need that reservoir 1 level lower. How are we doing that? One level lower. I need to get the reservoir. We need to get 4 out. What's the reservoir? Two. And 2 goes into both tanks. That's perfect. So we need to push water out. And we're gonna put that to that tank first. Yeah, that's fine. Gonna fill up that one. Okay. And then we fill up this one. And now we have put 4 levels out. And now we're gonna have number 4. What tank is that? Number 4 goes to tank 2. Tank 2, that's fine. And we need 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is this pump. We need to pull water down into the kitchen, which is only 3 levels. No, it's the other way around. I thought I put it in the kitchen, then I can put 1 level, but we only need 1 level. 4. I need to get 3 back in. Four. 3 back in. Kitchen goes to tank 2. Can I do the greenhouse from this? No, the greenhouse is connected to that, of course. What do you expect? 4. Oh, no. 4, 3, 1. Greenhouse. We need 3 back in the reservoir. So I need... Yeah, okay, I did it wrong. What is that? Aquarium. No. Greenhouse we need. We need to pull from that crate into the greenhouse. Out. That's empty now, right? That's empty, so we need... How are we gonna do this? I see this is 3. These 3 from the kitchen need to go in there. which we can do from the kitchen to there and then there. So this thing needs to be empty. Where are we going to even put it? Back in the reservoir. Back in the reservoir. This one needs to go back in the reservoir. Back in the reservoir. Now we can pull it in that tank. But then that one is empty. How am I gonna get water in there? We can get one more in the pool. So we need one from the reservoir to the pool. We can do that, huh? It fills up that one. Put one in the pool. Now we have 3 levels in there, which we now put in there, and then it's on 13, and then the boat is on the right level. Okay. And now both tanks are empty. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kitchen. We need to put some water in the kitchen. I think I can do it, but I need to think about this one. Two, 4, 6, 8, 9. We have 9 in the pool. I think I can drain the pool and leave the reservoir like it is. But that's gonna be a puzzle though. That's gonna be a puzzle. We can get pool into tank 1, then we have tank 1, but tank 1 is only connected to the reservoir. 4. Okay, so this, we need to fill up this tank here. This tank, we need to pull from the reservoir into that tank. Okay, we'll fill up that tank. No, no, no. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Go back. Now we do pool. Pool into tank 1 and then tank 1 into reservoir. Then we're back on that level. That's where it needs to be. And now we have that tank empty, we can empty the pool, but we need to get one more out. Three. I think we can do it, but I need to really think about this one. 4, 3, 1. Yeah, we can put definitely pool in there. One. They're both fill, huh? Greenhouse. How do we get that one out of the pool in the kitchen? We can't. It's gonna fill up the kitchen if we put the kitchen full. Because the reservoir is the only one which goes to both tanks. Yeah, you can't stop it, I think. I don't think you can stop it. Three. It's gonna do it. Yeah, then we have one left. One left. With one left there. But I can't just click one. Huh? We cannot stop that, can we? No, we can't stop it. You always need to let it run full. I need one from that tank in that tank. Gonna be full again. I can put one from that tank in here and then we can empty the pool. The pool is only 3 steps away. One, 2, 3, 4. And we're at 8. 5, 6, 7, 8 to come back. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now we need to have dinner first, I think. Well, we need to figure this out. Let's first have dinner. Commissary. Let's first have dinner. We also still need to solve this puzzle thing, or try to. Let's pool. Okay, let's go dinner. Have dinner first. Let's quail with showroom. We don't have showroom, do we? No. We don't have showroom. Oh, trophy room. We don't even have seen that room yet, so let's have our steps out of the way. And let's go to the office to do the upgrade disc. Get that out of the way. The spare room. Didn't we already upgrade that one? I guess not. Spare bedroom, spare green room, spare hallway. Spare hallway is kind of pointless. Doesn't do anything. Spare green room might have some dig spots. Spare bedroom might have an item and give you some extra steps if you have a sleeping mask. Yeah, green room might have a gem or a dig spot, but it also might have nothing. Hallway was never. It's gonna be bedroom or green room. Maybe we do bedroom. Because I believe that this room actually has a bit of a secret in such a way that you can upgrade it again. So you might be able to do a hallway here and then upgrade that with an extra key or something. And a green room with some extra gems. Or a bedroom and then turn it into something like a servant quarter. Then you might find keys in this room. I think I'm gonna go for bedroom actually. We'll make it a spare bedroom. And then if we can upgrade it again, might be able to make it something else. Is there any way we need keys? No, we have enough gems. We have keys. No, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter. We can't get out of here. They are all security doors. Because we could get in here. We have security, secret garden key. We build up, we have keys to get there, but we need, where am I gonna find? We also have a vault key. I think we have another vault key in the code check as well. We're also missing a red leather. No idea where that one's sitting. Yeah, I can't solve this here. I think we're dead. That's for sure. So the only thing we can do is play around. Because yeah, this courtyard is a security door, the cloister as well, the dark room as well, and the pool as well. We don't have a key card and none of these rooms gave us power, so this is, of course, this is our own doing, because I put it on high here thinking that I would get the utility closet somewhere down below, which we didn't. So what I should have done, I should have gone back and put it on low, but it's too late now. So the only thing we can do is go back, pump room, try to figure out if we can get... Yeah, we have enough steps to maneuver around now. We can empty the pool and see what's on the pool, but it's going to be more than likely coins or something. Let's double check. Yeah, it's security door. They're all security doors. The 4 exits that we have is security doors. We still need to solve this puzzle. But we have meanwhile some steps. Okay, we need to figure out this one here though. Reservoir is fine at the moment. It's on level 13, which means the boat, we can get in the boat and can bring the boat across. Then we need to get this room again, and then we need to lower it either to 6 or 0. But we only have 1 level left in the pool. We can get it out, that's not a problem. But then I need to get this thing. Yeah, that is the problem, eh? We have 2 levels there. The problem is you can't do level by level, that's the problem. Otherwise it would not be a problem. And we have to do this whole thing again. 2. How does that even work? Pull. 5, and we have 1 level left. I need to do something with 2 levels, I think. Where's the greenhouse? It's there. Greenhouse goes to there. Do we need to mess around with the greenhouse? 1 level is 4. Then we have 2 levels, huh? Maybe. 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 Oh, we have the greenhouse is full. So we have to send it 1 by 1 to the reservoir. And then there, till that thing is... That thing needs to be on 3 though. It's never gonna be on 3. Oh, we can do pool now. Oh no, what did I do now? We put it in the wrong tank even. We have to think about it, but I think we can do pool and now we need to get 3 levels. Kitchen is 3 levels. So the 3 levels from the kitchen need to go in there. I need to get the pool. Okay, pool is empty. Let's check what's in the pool. Coins. Okay, there are just coins. And another key. Great. Okay, that was a pool. Pool has been solved. Now I can get 2 levels potentially. From the greenhouse. 3 levels from the greenhouse. And now I need to get 4 levels in the pool. Definitely. And now we need to think again. We'll empty that one. And now I need to think about... I can get... one level there. Now we need to think about this. How can I get 1 level out of the reservoir? I can get 4 levels out of there. Four levels out of there. And now we fill up the greenhouse again. Which leaves us with 1 level in there. Still not gonna work. We need those 3 levels from the kitchen. Or 3, yes. Wait. This thing needs to go out now. In the reservoir. This thing needs to go in the reservoir. Reservoir. Fill it up. Now that tank is full. And now we are pulling from the kitchen 3 levels. We fill up that tank with 3 levels. Okay, and then here we pull the reservoir and there is only one room for 1 level. There we go. Now we have 3 levels in there. What do we have sitting there now? 4 levels. I need to leave. I don't think I can do pool. I can't get from the kitchen to this tank. That's a problem. Because if we pull 4 levels out of the pool, that's 1. We need to get 1 more level out of there. It's never gonna do that. 4, 3 in the kitchen. That's full, right? So we have 1 level left there. That's our problem, huh? I can get 3 levels out of the pool. We have 3 levels there and we have 4 levels there. And we have 1 level there. We can pull 3 levels. Three levels, then that tank is full. Then we still have 1 in the pool. We can fill up the kitchen, then we are that same problem. 3 levels. I need to get 4 levels. Huh? Four levels in the pool. Wait a minute, it might be possible. If we put 3 levels in the kitchen, then we have 1 level there. That's not gonna work, huh? It would be possible if we can get these 4 levels in here, but we can't. There's only 3 levels. We're gonna have 1 level left. We're gonna have 1 level left there. I can pull 3 out. I need to get 3 back in. 3 back in. Maybe. I need to think about this one. We can pull the pool into tank 1, that's 3 levels. Then that thing is full. We can put tank 2 in the kitchen, then that one has 1 level left. Which means we can pull 3 out of the 3 out of the pool. Those 3 out of the pool need to go into the kitchen, but I can't do that because it's gonna do 4 every time. Three out of the kitchen, then the tank 1 will be full. Yeah, what I need to get is, I need to get this tank full, and here we need 2, but I can't do 2. How am I gonna do 2? I can push 3 into the kitchen, then there is 1 in that tank. But I can't pull 1, that is the problem here. Then we have 4. What happens if I pull those 2? I have 1 level left. Yeah, that can go in there if we want to, but 1 level there if we really want to. Four levels. 1 level there. It's only gonna pull 3, and if I pull that one, it's gonna put. It's gonna pull up the. I think I need to leave it like this. I was trying to get the reservoir where it is and then empty the pool. But I can't empty the pool. I can only empty 3 levels out of the pool. And then I need to get... Then I can only pull 3 levels from the reservoir into that tank. And that doesn't work. Don't have room for 3 there. 1. I can only pull 3 from the pump room though. I can get 3 from the pool in tank 1. And those 3 need to go in the kitchen, but that doesn't work. Because if I pull 3 from the pool, then we have 4 in tank 1. If I empty the reservoir, it's going to pull 4 in the reservoir. Because I can get 3 out of this tank into the kitchen, then there is 1 left. But if I then pull 3 out of the reservoir, then we have 4 empty in the reservoir. And I can't bring 3 across from there. Just can't. I can pull 3 out of the pool now, but then this tank needs to be empty. That would be nice. I can't make it empty. Can I? Three in the kitchen, and then we pull the reservoir. Then there will be 3 out of the reservoir. Then I need to get 3 back into the reservoir. It does not work, eh? Or maybe though. 3. If I put 3 in the kitchen, we have 1 left. Then I can pull 3 out of the reservoir. Then tank 2 is full. It doesn't work, it does not work. And then I can pull 3 out of the pool, but I can't pull 3 in the reservoir again. If I pull then empty tank 1 into the reservoir, it will be 4, it will be full again, and I have no room to pull 1. So no, I need to leave it like this. This is my boat on 13. I can't empty the pool. I can't empty the pool. Well, I can empty the pool, that's not a problem, but what needs to happen is that one of the pool needs to go in here. We put these in the kitchen, then we have 1 left, and then the other one from the pool needs to go in there. But it's not going to do that because it's going to pull 4 out of the reservoir to fill up that tank. And then you can't get those 2 anymore. So I need to leave it like this. That we can bring our boat across whenever we get the tomb. Okay, so screw that. Oh, I don't even need to be here. And now we need to figure out this thing here. The sum of my sim as it is spent is a number within the room we are in. The sum of my sim as it is spent. We are in room 8. The sum, so it's one with 8 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one has 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gluttony is 8. That's only 5. 4, 4. Okay, there is only one with 8 though. So this has to be gluttony. I think. What are you? To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. Okay. I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far from the fin. Where's the fin? There. So it's one of these two. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written tin to fit it all in. So the elephant needs to go next to one of these 9s. It's written tin. It's gotta be mundanity, I think. It could also be gluttony. This was the neighbor, right? My neighbor's sin is written tin to fit it all in. Mundanity is written tin because it has the most letters, but you won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin at the end. So this one needs to be at the end. If we spend a minute or 10 lounging in the den, you will know which bin I'm often in. Lounging in the den. Lounging in the den. What's in the den? Swans, clocks, fire, slot. Slot? Maybe. What are you? The bin I tend to wind up in is near the end of the tail of the skin. The skin is here, the tail is here, so this is hubris. What are you? I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. So this one has 2 letters. We have double T here. We have double N. It's only one N. Avarice. No, this is about, I don't know. What's this guy? I think this needs to be slot. The bear. Then we have the swan, which is somewhere near the fin. What's with this guy? Yeah, this is something with a letter of a twin. A letter of a twin. This one has an A, double A and an I. This one also, mundanity also has an A and an I. And then we have this guy here. What do you want? To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. To first begin. Is this the first one? The first one with an N is envy. And then this one needs to be not far from the fin. So that's going to be lust then. Because it can't be envy anymore. And then this one is... Okay, so this one is not right. My neighbor's written tin. So it's one of the long, it could also be gluttony then maybe. That's also written tin. So rat here, the elephant here. And then what we have left? The rabbit shares an I and an A. Okay. That seems to be correct. Okay, can we pick this thing up again? No. Yeah, we better write this down. So what is this here? So the lion in envy, lust is the swan, rat is the elephant, sloth is the bear, gluttony is, that's the penguin. What was this one? Oh, the monkey. Rabbit, dog. Dog is in the end. Rabbit is the double letter. Bear is in sloth. Gluttony was the one with 8 letters. Elephant is red, okay. We got the A trophy for solving the puzzle and some extra allowance. That's 2 more. And 2 more. We're at 16 now. Right, now. Yeah, we had a good day, but our problem is we're stuck. We have a problem with steps. We have a lot of gems and coins. We bought the upgrade disc from the commissary, so that's an extra upgrade disc. I think we have 6 now or something. The vault key we can't get. All the rest are security doors. Pool, dark room, cloister, courtyard are security doors. That vault key 149, I think, yeah, it doesn't matter if you lose it. We found that thing already like 3 or 4 times. And we got a few new rooms. We got new room 8, we got the gallery. The pump room, I don't know if we actually have that. We saw it before, but I think we couldn't afford it or something. It's a gem room, right? Yeah, we need to get some stuff together now that we still have Blessing of the Gardener. We have it another day. Let me have a look. Yeah, okay, so the gallery was room number 7. And this was room number 8, as we thought. This is gonna be foundation, we have not seen that. And we're still missing some rooms over here. One of them will be the drafting studio, we saw that. That's gonna be our next thing, I think. We got the pool, the pump room was the last of the gear room, so we have all the gear rooms now. So we need another architect room here. We have 5, we need 6. No idea what that is. Architect room. Maybe a plan we still need to find. No, that's point floor plans. No, it's gotta be a room which is in the house, no? We also have a new package in the mail room for the next day. Oh my god. We have some stuff going on for the next episode. We also have a bedroom. We know one is ladies' chamber. We tried to draft it from the West Wing home, but we couldn't get it. Oh yeah, we do know what they are. They are servants' quarter, ladies' chamber, and master room. We've seen them, but we didn't draft them. Not the ladies' chamber. We did not see the ladies' chamber yet, but we know how to draft it. West Wing going south. This is gonna be the foyer. We got our green rooms. We are still missing 2 shops as well. One of them is the laundry. No idea what the other one is. We got the red rooms, we got the found floor plans, we're still missing 2. We got the outer rooms. So we're missing 2 rooms here. There is an extra, that will be the drafting studio plans. That will be 8 again. So that's 10. 2 more shops, that's 12. The foyer is 13. 16. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We are missing 24 rooms. We sort of have an idea where they are, although not all of them yet. And this thing, yeah, we better remember that. Because the next time we drop that room, these statues are gonna be back here, I guess. Not sure what it's gonna give us then. Probably allowance or something. Give us 4 allowance and a trophy now, so next time we probably just get 2 or 4 allowance or something. We'll get an extra trophy. Was looking good again for the house fill up, but yeah, I think you need to do it on a day when you have Blessing of the Gardener, because that gives you 8 courtyards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we still have two. We still have two courtyards in our pool. The mailroom is way too far, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 steps to get to the mailroom. We only have 6. We had dinner, we had our lunch. We can't buy food in the commissary. We don't have a kitchen. Can't get to the mailroom to check because we triggered that thing like 3 or 4 times. So we have extra letters. So what can I get to a computer? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can get to a computer. Okay, let's go to the office then. What we can do is order the magnifying glass for the next days. And I don't know why I'm saying that now. Right, because of the mails, because of the letters. We want to see the stamps. So let's order a magnifying glass. If we get the mailroom, we can check those letters and we can check the stamps if we have the magnifying glass. What is that again? Staff services, I think? Yeah, special orders. Let's get the magnifying glass. 1 to 2 days, so yeah, either tomorrow or the day after that, magnifying glass will be in the commissary. Don't need a shovel or anything. We all these courtyards, we're bound to find the shovel, the sledgehammer and the metal detector. Okay. Call it a day. We have to. All the rest is security doors. Got some stuff going, couple of new rooms. Pump room, room 8, gallery, that's 3 rooms at least. I think. 4 new rooms. Apparently we got a 4th one. Don't know what though. Pump room, room 8 and gallery, that's 3. Oh, mailroom maybe? Was that the first time we dropped it to mailroom? It's possible though, because it's a dead end that I didn't choose it. We saw it many times, but it's possible that actually the first time that I dropped it in. Okay. We'll save and quit. Day 14. We didn't learn much. Yeah, we solved some puzzles, but especially the one in the gallery was weird. We also need to find some more books, because there's probably information in the books. If we can get the schoolhouse outside, we're definitely going to go for classrooms. We also got information from the first classroom, and we know there are at least 8. But you can't get them in the house unless you have schoolhouse. But that would be a good, if we can get schoolhouse with all the classrooms, and then we have the courtyard, which will give us gems. The gems are needed to drop the classroom. So yeah, we'll leave it at this for episode number 11. And we'll figure out, yeah, we have a bunch of stuff now. If I just remember everything. The boat. We have the boat on level, so we can bring the boat across. But for that to happen, we need the tomb. Otherwise, we would have to drain the fountain. That's also a way. But then we need a basement key. It's way more complicated. The tomb is the easiest way to get to the boat. Now we can bring that boat across, and then we need to leave that boat on that side. Because on that side, we can always go underground and open room 46. We have broken the wall, so we don't need a foundation, but the foundation would be handy. Especially as high up in the house as possible. Then we can use the elevator every time. Then we don't have to run through the whole house or to get outside. We'll see. We'll see what the next day brings us, because that's how it always goes. Something happens that day and then you're suddenly on another path than you actually started with your goals. Yeah, we found the pump room eventually at the end. That was one of our goals. We need some new rooms. We still want to axe the attic. We need the chess pieces. Well, I didn't have the study in the house today, so I could not do that either. And we still have one day with 8 courtyards. So that will be for next episode. Next episode we will immediately fly in. We had an overview of all the rooms in the beginning of this episode. So we sort of know where we are with our rooms. So that will be it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back with more puzzle shenanigans in episode number 12 next time. We'll see you guys then. Bye bye.